we're looking in the rearview mirror once again, and actually again in Montana. One other event that happened while I was stationed there is I met Pat, and she would become my wife. So we were later married, and we moved to Arizona, which was where our first duty station together was. And it was a Sunday morning, and we roll out of bed, and Pat said, "Well, we're going to go to church." And I said, "We're going to what?" And she said, "Yeah, we're going to go to church." And I said, "Okay." And so that was that, and we did go to church. And that was the beginning of her example in my life and leading me to what became a faith walk. And I was more intentional and deliberative. But we got out of the service and we moved back to Minnesota, which was where her hometown was from, and settled down and started a family. And in the process of living life, Pat developed breast cancer and tragically passed away. That was 28 years ago on All Saints' Day. But I remember clearly at the time, it was just after the funeral had passed a while, and some friends came over, friends that played volleyball with her, and we were sitting around talking. And the question arose, I said, "George, aren't you angry at God?" And I said, "No." I said, "The God that took Pat home is the same God that brought me from Pennsylvania by way of Texas basic training and then tech school to Montana. And that same God had also moved, Pat's brother-in-law and sister to Montana because he was in the service there. So she could graduate high school in Goodhue, travel to Montana, and there we would meet." And it fascinates me so that we know in the Psalms that God knows us. He knows the hair on our head. He knows us in the womb. He guides our steps. And so many steps had to happen just so that our children could look like this. And then they would become and grow into these adults, who in turn, with their partners, would produce these children. And it's amazing to me. That's so many steps, so many wombs, everything that has to happen and align perfectly. And that God is truly magnificent. And in the midst of challenges, so he was still there at the beginning. And this is where I see him in a rearview mirror. And these events, shape my faith. And perhaps my story, maybe your rearview mirror has something similar that you can see. Thank you very much.